Hi, Virgo. Welcome back to Lee's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what's going on in your love life with you and your soulmate. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Okay, here we go, Virgo. Overall energy for this week's reading is the Queen of Swords. So this is an air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And I feel like, this just represents you and your person because you've both gone through a lot. Okay. You are trying to recover from the things that have happened to you. I feel like you are trying to um, hang on to your humor when it comes to your love life because you know how they say if you laugh to keep from crying. I feel like it's that type of thing. Okay. Also with the Queen of Swords, this can talk about possible divorce for some of you. It can also speak of someone may have had someone pass away. You know, you could be a widower, or your person could be a widower. Whoever this is, my heart goes out to you. Also with the Queen of Swords, it's also about truth and about you trying to protect your energy. I feel like you've had enough and you're just tired of the bullshit and you're just ready for your person to come in already. Okay. Underneath this, we have the moon showing up, Cancer and Pisces energy. Okay. Cancer is ruled by the moon. The with the Pisces, Pisces, but the moon is also represented by Pisces. So with the moon card, this can talk about, emotion, like you at times drowning in emotion, but then at other times, like battening down the hatches is what I hear, like trying to keep yourself closed off because you're not wanting to let anybody in because of the things that you've been through. Okay. And that's understandable. But we always have this conversation. I've been having this conversation with you for years, Virgo, and I get it. I understand what you're talking about. You want somebody to come in who's going to be like you, who's going to be grounded, who's going to be stable, who's going to be all about security, and is going to be able to provide the safe space for you that you provide for them. Okay. But in order to do that, you have to take a chance. Love is a risk, Virgo. And I know you tired of getting your heart broken, but Spirit is telling you to just hang on, that there is somebody coming in, even though with this Seven of Swords card, it can talk about the fact that you've been betrayed many, many times in your past. Spirit is also telling you that this card cannot, it does not only just mean betrayal and lies. It can also talk about somebody coming into your life that has a plan to bring about exactly what it is that you've always wanted, your wildest dreams when it comes to your love life. Okay. Underneath this is the Two of Swords. There may be some stuff that you're unwilling to see, or maybe at the times that you went through the things you went through with these people in the past. A lot of us are blinded by love. I'm like that too, or I was in the past, where if I loved somebody, it was like a lot of things that were glaringly obvious to other people were not glaringly obvious to me because I was looking at them through the eyes of love. And I feel like the same thing happens, with y'all. Not a thing where you're naive or anything like that per se. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you do open your heart to somebody, you really open your heart to them. It's a gift from you to them. And they got to be fucking careful how they treat your damn heart, because if they stomp on it or mistreat you, you gonna shut down on their asses, and they ain't never getting in again. Cause I see, what I see in my head? I see a clam. There's a card in one of these decks that I clarify with, and it's a clam, and it looks like it's a shell, but it looks like a clam shell, and it says withholding. And I feel like that's what happens when somebody mistreats you. You just retreat and you shut down, and they can't ever get back in. If they able to get back in, they damn lucky. Okay. And I don't fault you for that at all. Because at the end of the day, we've got the Five of Cups energy. You've had your heart broken. This is heartbreak, breakup, separation. You've been through a lot of stuff. Some of you are going through a divorce at this time, or excuse me, a breakup from a commitment that you were in for a long ass time, and it fucking hurts because I can feel it. Also, with the Five of Cups, this is about you crying over spilled milk. And that is what is equated with this card. But sometimes I kind of don't like that characterization of this card because it kind of implies that, what's done is done and you don't want to let go of the hurt and the pain that you've been through. But also, I feel like that hurt and that pain does need to be honored before you can let it go. And I feel like that's what's going on. It's not a thing where you just want to sit in it and you just want to swim in it and you want to be in it forever. I don't feel like that's what this is. I feel like, because I'm like that too. Because I'm like, if something happens to me and I don't mourn it or respect the fact that it happened, I have a hard time letting it go. And you know how people will come in and just be like, oh, just get over it. Just get over it. But what people don't understand is with the people where they don't open themselves up to everybody all the time, those are usually the most sensitive people. Shh, don't tell nobody. And so, in that instance, that's why your discernment, Virgo, is very important, because when we pick the wrong people, it just messes everything up, and like I said, we all have, but it's because of the wounds. It's because of the wounds from the past that hadn't been healed. And when they haven't been healed, we're looking at the world through those wounds. And it's not always what we're seeing is not always the correct thing, because we're looking through hurt and we're looking through pain, things that we've experienced in the past. But that's what this is about. This is about having that cry over that spilled milk. This is about licking those wounds, you honoring what you went through and sending it off. You know how they send people off when they pass away. They send them off and give them the best send off they can give them. I feel like that's what Spirit is saying. Send your wounds off. Give them the best send off you can give them, so you can move forward and get what it is that you truly want. Because this is not about. I don't want y'all to misunderstand me and think that this is just about me saying, "Oh, just fucking get over it and move on." I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. Because I'm like I said, I'm the type of person that when I'm hurting, when I'm hurting and I have got to get over something, it's just gonna take as long as it's gonna take. Sometimes you can get over stuff like this, but sometimes it depends on who it is, it depends on what happened, it depends on the place you were in, emotionally, mentally, and physically. When whatever went down, it's got a lot of different variables. And so sometimes you're able to get over stuff like that. But then sometimes, depending on the person that it happened with, it may take you a moment. Okay. And if it takes you a moment, Virgo, don't feel bad about it. Because I just felt that pain from that Five of Cups card, and it don't feel good. Because remember, I told you I can touch cards and Spirit will let me feel what some of y'all are feeling. Okay. And whether it was recent, whether it happened in the far in the past, or it's happening right now. Okay. So take the time you need to heal it, but don't shut down and completely end your love life. Because that, like I said, it's like you're allowing those people who hurt you in the past, Virgo, you're allowing them to win. Okay. And come on now. I've known quite a few Virgos in my life. I've dated a few Virgos, and y'all can be competitive, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I'm competitive too. But don't let somebody change who you are, Virgo. Don't let somebody do that to you. that's not a good thing. Okay. All right. So yeah, see, because we got the Four of Pentacles showing up here, which talks about holding back. It's going to also talk about, possessive energy. I feel like if this is referring to your twin, it could be that they held themselves back from you, and they were possessive over you at the same time, possessive of you at the same time, meaning that, they wanted to be able to have you when they wanted to have you, but nobody else can have you. Okay. But look, Spirit is telling you the sun's going to shine again here with this Leo energy. Okay. You have happiness coming towards you, but you got to open yourself back up and grab that happiness with both hands. Because I'm telling you, it don't matter if the last relationship you got out of devastated you, or the last relationship you got out of didn't just fizzled out, and nobody got hurt. It just wasn't meant to be. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, love is still going to be a risk, no matter what the last experience you had of it was. It's still a risk. There's still going to be a certain level of fear, but it's that thing, like they say that, what's that saying, you feel the fear and you do it anyway. Because that's how you truly live life, Virgo, is by saying, okay, what are the things that scare me the most? And those are the things that you go towards. So love has to be one of them. And you got to understand, if you want this love, if you want this soulmate, and I feel like a lot of you do, you have to be like, fuck it. This happened, and you have to remember this. You know how they say, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. I feel like it's the same thing in this situation. And I'm not saying that you should go running into something just assuming you're going to get hurt. But Spirit is saying there does need to be a level of you throwing caution at the wind, and saying, okay, I got hurt in the past by these people, but it's about trust. This is about trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, trusting Spirit to know that they're not going to put you through something to make you continuously get hurt over and over and over again. Okay. So you don't have to, just tear your heart up. Not open your chest up and just throw your heart at the person and go running in, towards the relationship. Be tentative. There's nothing wrong with that. Be cautious. You can be cautious, but don't allow the things that have happened to you in the past to stop you from living your life. Because when you shut down and you like, oh, fuck it, I ain't gonna do this no more, you're not living. Your life is meant to be lived. Okay. And like I said, I'm not telling you to be foolish and to not learn from your mistakes, and to just, go willy-nilly into whatever the fuck comes your way. I'm not telling you to do that. But I'm telling you, when the right person comes, you'll know when it's them. Because if you read the comments in all of the videos that I make, the people that are meeting their person, they tell you, they instantly know who the person is. So when you know who this person is, just give them a chance, Virgo. Just give them a chance. Don't make them beat at any walls, just like you don't want to be beating at anybody else's walls. Just realize that this is somebody new, and they didn't hurt you, just like what happened to your person, you didn't hurt them. Just go into it with an open mind and just see what happens. You can always walk away. You don't have to stay in anything you don't want to stay in. I'm just offering this to you for you to think about. Okay. Just try it and see what happens, because this is supposed to be the turning point in your life. And if you don't, go towards it, then when is this pattern ever going to change? Okay. All right. So let's move on. Okay. Because Spirit is telling you this is about justice. This is about balance. It's time for things to be balanced out. You had to learn the things you had to learn for a reason. All of these things were preparing you for this relationship. Okay. All right. So let's clarify. We're going to start by clarifying the Queen of Swords. See, you meeting somebody new is what Spirit is saying. Okay. Okay. You and this person, y'all, No, you've known each other from past lives. You also have a relationship in the 5D. Okay. Like I said, you may dream of this person when you go to sleep, because I dream of my person vividly. I dream of my person vividly. And it's happened many times. And a lot of times when I don't think I'm dreaming of him, I still get, all of the supernatural things, the songs and the feelings and all these types of things that we talk about in the thing. I still get it. So you and this person, your higher selves, okay, canoodle with each other on a regular basis. Let me say it like that, okay? But then we've got the separation card. The both of you are in separation in the 3D. I feel like there's sadness, bitterness. You're missing each other. I feel like you both think about each other. And, you may feel like there's an uncertain future. Okay. But you have to realize you have free will, you know. That's why I get, Spirit gives me these recommendations to give you. And at the end of the day, you have to decide what is best. But what I'm telling you is, give yourself a chance. Give your love life a chance. Okay. Sometimes you're not going to get it. It's like when you're learning how to ride a bike. You're not going, most people, I'm not saying there aren't people that exist that were able to jump on a bike the first time they saw it and fucking ride it. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. But I'm saying the majority of people, we fail, we scrape knees. I have scars on my knees today from when I was learning how to ride a bike. Okay. And that was many decades ago. So I'm saying all of this to say that, it's we're all here learning certain things. We have to experience certain things in order to get to where we need to get to, in order to have the experiences we want to have. And so what I'm telling you is the love of your life, the love you've always wanted, is like standing at the door, and they ready to knock. But the question is, Virgo, are you going to answer it? And like I said, it's your choice whether you choose to do so or not. But understand, if you open the door, it doesn't mean you have to be with that person forever if you don't want to be. It's a decision. You have to decide what is best for you. Because you can decide to walk down the path. And if you feel like at some point that it's not for you and you want to move on, you can do that. But at least give yourself the chance to experience it, to see if it's for you before you just say no. I don't want to do it. Okay. But in order for you to get to that point, you have to heal these things. This five of cups card that you're in, the pain and the hurt that you've gone through. Like I said, some of you is divorce, is a breakup of a committed relationship. Some of you, it may have even, like I said, been a death. And so if that is the case, yes, it's going to take time for you to get over that. But Spirit is asking you to not cut yourself off and shut yourself down because of what has happened. Okay. All right. So these cards fell out of the deck when I was talking to you. Spirit is telling you that all truth is going to be revealed. Okay. Then we have resurrection. It says this ain't dead. I feel like this has a double meaning. It's talking about the twins saying that it ain't over, that they're gonna try to come back. And I know y'all hate for me to talk about this person, but I have to tell you these things because I know for me, I don't want to be blindsided by this person. If they coming, I want to know when they fucking coming. That's why I tell y'all that. Because I don't want it to be something where you out somewhere and you turn around and the fucking person is standing in your face. Because I feel like for a lot of you, that's how they're going to try to come in, because they want to ambush you so you don't have time to think. You don't have time to strategize. You don't have time to get away from their fucking asses. That's why I always will tell you when Spirit says something about this person, okay? But this new person that's coming in, Spirit is telling you this soul bond is sacred, okay? And so let me tell you this. Let this new person be with you when the twin walks up on you, and they gonna fucking see. They gonna see who they really fucking dealing with. Because I keep telling you, this person don't play no games when it come to you, and they're not gonna let anybody mess with you like this twin did. The days of that happening are over. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's move on. So the card we have for you this week is the Star. This is Aquarius energy. You are in the healing energy. This is a beautiful energy to see. This can speak of, just the fact that you realize that certain things need to be healed. you're loving yourself, you're taking care of yourself. It's like, I see a little kid, like a little wounded little girl and a wounded little boy with like band-aids, putting band-aids on their wounds. And I think it's so sweet. I think that is a beautiful picture that you are trying to heal your wounds and move forward with the star. Okay, let's clarify. Yeah. So this is about you. This person is dreaming of you. Okay, because this is normally the deck I use for your person. Let me switch the decks. This person is dreaming of you, and they're doing the same things that you're doing. Like you're realizing, or having to come into Jesus moment, realizing that you can try again if you choose to do so. And I feel like that's what's going on with your person as well. Because remember, I keep telling you, you're not in this alone. Even though you have to heal yourself and you have to do the majority of your healing by yourself, when this person comes in, you're going to have a beautiful support system now. It's not going to be you going at it by yourself alone all the time. Those days are over. Okay. So we've got the love call showing up here, expressing love, messages of love, thinking of you, informing you. So this person's going to be about you. They're going to be calling you, telling you all the time. You will always know where you stand with this person. This will never be a situation where you're in the dark like you were with the twin. That's not going to happen with this person. Okay? When it's the right one, you're going to see. This person is going to give you clarity. Okay? They're going to, because they already have clarity on how they feel about you. And so it's only a thing of them coming in, being truthful and letting you know how they feel, but it has to be when the time is right. Because right now, for a lot of you that are going through this pain, that are sitting in the Queen of Swords energy, you may not be ready to entertain that. Okay, that's why the healing is so important, because you move differently when you're hurting than when you're healed. Okay, all right, so let's move on. Okay, so when it comes to your person, Four of Wands, so this is like the mini hermit for me. This person could be praying for you. This also talks about them, like I said, using this energy to heal themselves, heal the things that they've gone through. Like I said, just give this person a chance to just talk to them and see. You're gonna realize that this is somebody that has, you mirror. See, look at the cards that are falling. You mirror each other. You have a lot of the same experiences. This person is stepping into, or has already stepped into, their divine masculine energy. I feel like a lot of you are stepping into your divine feminine or masculine energy. Make it fit, guys. Okay. So you're stepping into your energy to prepare for this connection as well. And also to prepare yourself with the other areas of your life as well, because you got other things that you're trying to get together as well. Because like I said, this is not just about your love life. It's about your your family life, your home life, your work life, your career, all those things. It's about you becoming a well-rounded person, a grounded person, a supported person, that type of thing. Because it's not just this new love coming into your life. A lot of you are going to have a lot of soul tribe, a lot of soul family coming into your life. Whereas you may have always felt like you were alone or nobody understood you. The people that understand you and get you are now going to start migrating into your life. Okay. All right. Hold on. So look, there's the love card. So, this is going to be about unconditional love, self-love and wholeness, affection, attraction, selflessness. Okay. It's about the two of you loving yourselves so you can come in and love each other. All right. Okay. So when it comes to the energy between the both of you, the Queen of Cups, Spirit is saying, this is Scorpio energy for me. And so one or the both of you may have Scorpio placements, and Spirit is saying you both have a lot of love for each other. And like I said, even though you've gone through these things, Virgo, I feel like deep down inside, you have a lot of love to give, just like this person does. There's a saying, it says still waters run deep. And I feel like you may withhold yourself at times from people because, like I said, I don't feel like you let everybody in. But the people that you do let in, you love them very deeply. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Queen of Cups. So just like I said, this person this is look there. You got a love offer coming in from the new person, right? This person is returning from past life. This is also the return of the twin coming, because they gonna come when this love offer, especially if when you accept it, or you get into something with this new person, you starting to get to know them, so on and so forth. That's when I feel like this twin is gonna show up. Okay, but Spirit is telling you to keep your vibrations high, because this is what's going to help you at this time. Okay. All right. But not, this is not a thing where Spirit is telling you to ignore how you're feeling. If you're grieving the loss of a relationship, or you're grieving the loss of a person, allow yourself to feel those feelings, because that's what's going to help you get through it. Okay. All right. So, but the soulmate is coming. So this is a soul connection, a partnership, a soul contract, and a life partner. So like I said, this is the person that you've been waiting for. And it would be sad. I mean, it's your choice at the end of the day. See, this person wants to take a risk, but it would be sad if you didn't allow this person to come in and for the two of you to, be in love. This person wants to be attached. They want to be in a relationship. This is not somebody that want to be out in the streets like the last person you were with. They're not like that. They're like the polar opposite of this other person. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying this is somebody who's never ever gonna make a mistake. They're human just like you are. The both of you have to learn each other. But I feel like this will never be somebody that's intent on trying to hurt you like the last person you were with. Because I feel like the last person you were with just didn't give a damn. They just were all about themselves. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the outcome, we got two cards that fell. We have the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy, and the Knight of Pentacles, Earth sign or someone with a lot of Earth in their chart towards Virgo Capricorn. So this person is coming towards you slowly, right? This is going to be a period in a relationship of healing. With this Temperance card, this is also talking about this person being your soulmate. This person is coming towards you so slowly to give you your chance to do your healing, and for them to work on whatever it is they need to work on, because Spirit is not going to let neither one of you into the other person's lives until you're ready, because they don't want you to mess this up, because this is your, I guess, holy grail, if you want to call it that. Okay, this is your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. This is all this struggle and this strife and the things that you've learned and all this stuff. This is your reward. Okay, so that is why everybody has different timelines on when this person comes in, because some people have already done the things they need to do, and other people, things happen at a certain time. It happens when it's supposed to happen. Okay, but Spirit is telling you the answer is yes. You can have the love you want. You can have the life you want. You can have everything it is that you desire. But there were lessons that just had to be learned in order, because think about it. If you didn't go through the things you needed to go through to learn the things you needed to learn, you may not have. Sometimes we gotta go through that hurt and that struggle and that pain in order to appreciate the good shit when it comes along. Because think about now what this relationship looks like after you've been through all that strife and fucking struggle, based on how it would look if you just was chilling and somebody just came into your life. You might not treasure it and do the work that you needed to do in order to hang on to it, because you didn't have the hell you went through to compare it through. And I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, we down here learning certain lessons, and in order to learn certain lessons, we have to go through certain things. And I don't feel like all lessons can be learned, have to be learned through struggle. That's why I tell y'all the stories I tell y'all, because I've been through a lot of fucking shit. Not to say that you haven't, but I'm saying I've been through a lot of shit in my life, and I had to learn some things a very hard way. And so I share my stuff with you, because like me, when people used to tell me stories and stuff, I'd be like, let me take my mental notes. When I was younger, yeah, people used to tell me stuff, and they'd be like in one ear out the other, because you're young and you think you know it all, and you're like, yeah, that person just talking to hear themselves talk. But with this With now, you tell me a fucking story. Like I said, I'm taking out the pen and the damn paper. I'm taking mental notes. I'm taking pictures. I'm doing everything because there are certain things in this lifetime. I'm just gonna be honest with you, Virgo. I don't want to know. I don't want to know it experientially. I would just rather somebody tell me than to have to go through it and experience it. Because some of the things that people have told me over the years, just even on the channel alone, I'm like, oh no, I can't. I don't ever want to go through that. And I'm sure some of the things I tell y'all, you like, fuck, I don't want to do, I don't want to learn that the hard way either. That's why I try to tell you what I know, because if it can help you too, I just give it to you. I give it to you. Take it and do what you will with it. Okay. So this is about you and this person transforming with this renewal card. That's why you're both showing up. Like I told you, it's about the caterpillar becoming a butterfly. This was essential for the two of you to be able to come together, because this is about you recognizing when this happens, what a blessing it is, and being grateful for it. Not to say that you wouldn't have been grateful for it before, but like I said, there are just certain things that needed to be learned. And yeah, we don't want to learn it the hard way, but it just is what it is. Okay. So we got the pictures card. This is about you and this person coming together and making new memories. So I feel like this relationship is going to help you to, if not erase some of that shit that you went through in the past, it's like not erase it like that, but to help you to understand why none of those other relationships ever worked out. You don't want to be in no relationship, Virgo, with somebody who was fucking taking advantage of you and didn't see your value, and you felt like you always had to bend over backwards for them and stuff like that. Nobody want to be in no bullshit like that. At the end of the day, nobody want to do that. But like I said, I don't know. This is the thing we call life. We signed up for this stuff, so we come down here and we had to deal with it. Because trust me, I ask the same questions y'all be asking. I know Spirit be like, can you stop asking me that shit? You be asking me this shit over and over again, because I'm like, why we gotta go through all this shit? Why we can't just. But we here in this life, and so we just had to go through what we got to go through. But I just be asking that if I can learn my stuff through love instead of through struggle. That's what I ask for. That's what I pray for. And I pray for that for all of y'all as well. Okay? All right. So let's get some messages from your person. Oh, I forgot these cards. I don't know if I can find them. I got all my stuff stacked up. I can't find them. I'm just gonna give you these messages from the new person, and then we'll get some messages from Spirit. Hold on one second. Okay. Okay, so we've got my heart and my love belong to you. I've never felt about anyone the way I feel about you. Life without you is meaningless. No one is like you. You are so incredibly special to me. Then we have, I need to be with you. All right. So like I said, y'all, those of you who haven't met your person yet, and you are all excited about meeting them, and you just wondering why this person hadn't shown up yet. I feel like this person wants to be with you and wants to meet you just as badly as you want to meet them. But like I said, you're both in separation. I feel like you're both missing each other. This is a two-way. These are two-way feelings. Okay, it's not a thing where you ready to meet them and they just tiptoeing through the tulips and singing and whatever and ain't even thinking about you. I don't feel like it's that. I feel like they're being held back by Spirit as well. Okay, so we've got, it's time for me to heal now. So like I told you, this person's going through this renewal just like you are. I am afraid to contact you. Okay, because like I told you, make this person feel nervous. I find you so attractive. I told you, they put you on a pedestal. I wonder how you feel. I am recovering. I need security. So they need the same thing you need, that soft place to fall, they or soft place to land. They need it as well. And they love you unconditionally. Okay. All right. So before you go, we're going to pull these romance angel oracle cards and see what else spirit wants to tell you. Okay. So you've got separation. It says time apart from your partner is on the horizon. It's already on the horizon. You're already apart from your person. Then we've got give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So spirit is telling you, don't let what's happened to you in the past, Virgo, stop you. Because then all them people that did that shit to you, then they won. Do you really want them to win like that? That's why I brought up the competitive nature, the competitive spirit. Don't let them people mess you up, have messed you up so bad until you don't want to open up your heart to anybody. Because them people were the way they were for whatever their reasons were. And you came through their life. I feel like you were an eye opener to those people. Okay. And that they wanted to make you feel like you were too much because they didn't have what it took to give to you the way you deserve to be given to. And I feel like this new person is all about it. They know exactly what to do because they give the same way that you do. Okay. And they love the same way that you do. And then we've got stay optimistic about your love life. It says positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Okay. All right, Virgo, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Virgo. Hi, Virgo. Welcome back to Lee's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at new love, your soulmate, and see what's going on between you and them in your love life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get started. One second. Okay, here we go, Virgo. You might be dealing with a Pisces. I keep wanting to call y'all Pisces. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I call y'all everything but Virgo. I'm going to do my best to not do that this time, okay? All right, so here we go, Virgo. Overall energy is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is talking about you and this person having a strong connection, mutual attraction with each other, you and the soulmate, okay? Underneath this is the Nine of Pentacles. In order for you to get to the Two of Cups, you got to go through the Nine of Pentacles, which means this is about you bossing up, you standing in your power and knowing your worth, all right? Underneath this is the Seven of Wands. It says defense mechanism, but I feel like this is talking about you guarding your energy until the right person comes into your life, okay? And with the Eight of Swords, this is about feeling stuck, okay, in a mental prison, but it's one of your own making. It's about you, combing through that, looking through the limiting beliefs and getting rid of the beliefs that no longer serve you, okay? All right. Yeah. So you've got a romantic gesture coming with this Knight of Cups, water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is talking about a person coming towards you with a love offer, with their heart on their sleeve, laying their cards out on the table. But you're going to be expected to be this same way as well. Not necessarily to go towards the person, but when they come towards you, for you to lay your cards out on the table and be just as honest and open as they are. Okay. And then underneath this is the Chariot. This is Cancerian energy. This is about overcoming obstacles, about balancing out the light and dark sides of your personality, and, just being victorious when it comes to your love life. Okay, so we're going to start by clarifying this Two of Cups. Okay.
Okay, hold on. You know why I'm looking at you like this, right? Because you got a visitor. You got a visitor coming into the cards, okay? So this is someone that you butted heads with, arguing. They want forgiveness. They're in their feelings because they feel the love fading, okay? All right, so look, and again, wounded lover. So we're gonna let all that go to the side here. All these cards that I just pulled out of this other deck, all of them were about the twin. Okay, here we go. Yeah, seeing this one here. Accusations, like pointing the finger. They want to point the finger. You know, they say it's your fault. But anyway, let's go ahead. All right. So for you, Spirit is telling you it's time for you to be patient. All right. This is about you, well, this is your twin, the pride and ego card. Okay. This is about you learning how to compromise in a relationship with your person, with this new person. I'm not talking about anything old. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your person, this is about them learning how to fix whatever is broken in their life. Okay. Whatever they've gone through and experienced. Okay. And look. And them having patience as well. So the both of you are mirroring each other. Do you see it? Okay. All right. So yeah. Yeah, so we've got the sunglasses card. This is just talking about your person watching you. The soulmate is watching you. And you're watching them as well because you're watching this tarot card reading. Okay, so when it comes to the card that we have that talks about where you are right now in this connection, we have the King of Wands, fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I feel like this card is talking about you preparing yourself on your end for this connection, okay? This is somebody that, is a leader. So I feel like you're learning how to lead in your own life. All right. All right. Let's clarify. King of Wands. Yeah. This is about you, purging things that have gone on in your life, places where, you've regretted certain things that have, happened. Because a lot of us, a lot of times we regret, we talk about, oh, what, I did that and I shouldn't have done that. It was stupid, this and this and that type of thing. That's what I feel like Spirit is talking about. This is how you're preparing yourself, right? Is by you going back and combing back through these things in the past and letting go of the areas where you may have felt ashamed or you may have felt regret for the way things played out or, whatever your part was and whatever, connections. And I'm not just talking about this one. I'm talking about all of your relationships. Okay. All right. Hold on. I don't even know what deck to pick up because this person is coming out of both decks. Okay. This is the twin again, the fear card. Okay. So we got pay attention to the details here. I feel like this is talking about the soulmate, just saying that I told you they watch you, and I feel like that's one of the reasons they do it. They're paying attention to how you move, the things that you do, because as I've told you before, this person, puts you in this relationship with you on a pedestal, and they're wanting things to be perfect, or as good as they can be. Let's say it like that, because there is no perfection. Okay, so when it comes to you or your person and where they are, we have the Moon card. This is Cancer or Pisces energy. The card, the word on this card says illusions, but let's see why Spirit is giving us this card. Okay, why this, Spirit? Okay, for some of you, let me say this first. You and this person may be at a distance with a long distance trip, or they may have gone somewhere and come back, or this could just talk about them having to travel for work. Okay, they may be moving in and out, traveling for work and then coming back to, wherever the two of you are located. Okay, so we've got the It's Over card, and when I asked to clarify it, we have marriage. So for some of you, this person, we've got the, this is something that's happening in their life that maybe not a lot of people know about, or nobody may know about it. This person may have been married to whoever it was they were with. I see that wounded lover card in my head. So they may have been married to their person, and they may currently be going through some type of divorce. Okay. All right. And like I said, they're moving in silence with this moon card. It's talking about something that's hidden like a secret. Okay. All right. Hold on. Excuse me. Okay. So let me get a card for you. Yeah. See, yeah. There's your divine masculine showing up, your person showing up. So this was talking about, what was going on with them. So when it comes to the energy between the both of you, we've got the 9 of Wands showing up here, and it's saying trials and tribulations. So this is talking about you and your person both being the wounded warrior, having gone through the things that you've gone through, the slings and arrows of, your love life, and the both of you, moving through this, moving through your past, moving through the things that have happened to you, and realizing that you can have love again. You can have a good love life. Your life can turn out positively, but you can't let what's happened to you in the past. You can't take that with you into the future. Okay? All right, let's clarify. 9 of Wands. Yeah, see, your person is returning. This is we're not talking about this person. Remember, you had a past life with this person, with this soulmate. That's why they're returning, okay? Hold on one second. Okay, we've got the money and finances card on your person's side, and it says you're on the right path. This, for some of you, could be reversed, okay? This could actually be your person's card, and this could be your card, like you focusing on your money and your finances. But it could be them, because if they're going through a divorce, your person's going through a divorce, they may need to get their finances in order, because sometimes a divorce can be very, very, very financially burdensome. Okay, all right. Get one more card. 9 of Wands. Yeah. So, the two of you are going to be coming together. This is about unconditional love. You're going to be, this is going to be a very beautiful relationship where you give and receive, give to each other, not only give to each other, but receive as well. That's the important thing, because I feel like both of you have just been given and given and given and given. But what you got to understand, the same thing I was telling Leo, Virgo, is that you have to learn now that allowing other people to give to you is just as important as you giving to them, because you know how good it makes you feel when you give to somebody and you brighten their day and you make them feel good. It doesn't just make them feel good, it makes you feel good. And when you allow them to give to you, it does the same thing, okay? Only in reverse, okay? So this is about fairness and love and affection being returned. So this is all about equality in a love relationship, all right? Giving, both of you giving and receiving the same. Okay, so when it comes to what's in your power to change, we have the Ace of Wands here. Okay, so this is Spirit saying this is about you, like I said, recognizing in your mind that you can have, the life of your dreams. You can have a fresh new start in love with the Ace of Wands. Okay, that's what Spirit is telling you. You can reignite the spark of love, the spark of passion, the spark of all the beautiful things about love. Just because you had a bad, you had bad past relationships, even if every one of them was bad, this is about you refusing to give up on love and realizing that you can have what it is you want. You just got to keep doing it. Think about oh God, what's his name? Edison. How how many times it took him to keep going over and over again. How many prototypes of what was it, the light bulb, whatever it was he invented? I think, yeah, it was light bulb. How many ever times he kept doing it until he got it. And the way he used to look at it, he didn't look at it as a failure when it didn't do what he wanted it to do. He said that's just another way to not do it. Okay, so you got to look at it like that, And I know we're not talking about light bulbs when it comes to your love life, but we have to stop going through failures or going through situations when things don't work and just saying that just because that happened, the rest of your life, that defines the rest of your life, and it's always going to be like that, because that it's the way you think at the end of the day. You can't let the things that people do and the stuff that you experience, you can't let that taint your view of life. Otherwise, you in trouble. Okay? Because you don't know how long you gonna live on this earth. Okay? Because like I tell y'all, my grandmother passed at the beginning of this year in January. And she lived to be 97 years old. That's old. So that's what I'm saying. Think about how old you are now. Say you are supposed to live to be 97 years old. That's a long time, because I'm sure a lot of y'all that I'm talking to, even if you in your 70s, that's still, like say you 70 years old, that's still 27 years of life you still got left to live. So if you taint it by thinking negatively because of the shit that happened in the past, you have to, this is all about renewing your thoughts and renewing who you are and just rolling with the punches and saying, okay, this shit happened, but I'm fucking stronger than this. I'm stronger than any fucking thing that can happen to me. That's the way you gotta be. Because if you not like that in this lifetime, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it, Virgo. So you gotta figure out a way to dig down fucking deep and get down in there and say, no, you did what the fuck you did. Think about it. This last person, they hit you with their best fucking shots and you still here. Okay? Think about that. Think about that. This person tried to fucking destroy you and you still here. And they still trying to come at you. They still trying to come at you and don't want to leave you alone. I got all these damn cards here. I could do a whole nother damn reading with these cards. And you still here. And I'm sure they like, oh my God, I tried to do this, tried to do that. And you still here scrapping. So that's what I'm saying. Don't let what this motherfucker did beat you down and have you, because some of y'all in these comments, I'm not saying is it's everybody, but some of y'all in these comments with the negativity, you gotta kick your own self in the ass and be like, fuck that. I'm not doing it. I'm not going down like that, because I'm telling you, when you act like that, that is what the ops, that's what they want. That is what they want. And like I said, if anything, Virgo, no matter what you do, don't let this motherfucker win. Don't let this motherfucker take your joy. Don't let them steal your capacity to love. Don't let them steal your capacity to be fucking happy. Okay? Because we got all these things in this lifetime that we have to deal with. And if you can't find happiness, you gonna be in goddamn trouble. That's all I'm trying to tell you. So I'm trying to wake y'all up and tell y'all, so what? They did what they did. So what? I'm not saying that you shouldn't be upset by it, but don't let it kill who you are. Don't let this person think that they can break you. Think that what they did, you just gonna ball up in the fucking ball and go crawling into the fucking corner and just be like, oh, I'm just gonna let my whole life out. Fuck that. Fuck all that. Where that come from? Where that come from? Those of you that's in that energy, you need to get the fuck out of that. You need to get the fuck out of that, because that's one thing about me. Like I said, you can hit me with your best shot, bitch. Like I said, you ain't gonna, you may motherfucking hurt my feelings, but you ain't gonna fucking kill me. You're not gonna steal my joy. I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm not gonna let nobody do that. That's why I tell y'all, heal from what the fuck happened with this person. Forgive them and let it go, because that is what's going to chew them up or eat them up more than anything, is you shining, you being a success. That's why I tell you, focus on what you love to do. Take that pain that they gave you and transmute it, put it into something good. Because that's what I did with mine. I come here and I talk to y'all and I try to help y'all. I tell y'all my stories to try to to help y'all. So if it's something that I went through that you might hear about, and maybe you might learn from what I'm saying, and you don't have to go through it. So that what I went through wasn't just, I'm not saying that what I went through was in vain, but it's just so it didn't just help me, it's helping somebody else too. That's the way I'm looking at it. So you got to be the same way. You can't let these motherfuckers, because that's what, it's people on this earth, sad to say, it's people on this earth that they live to see other people fucking miserable because they miserable. So don't let these people drag you down and do you like that, Virgo. Don't let them do that. Don't let them do that. Because they got whatever time they got while they was doing the things they was doing to you. But if you don't heal from what happened, and you don't learn how to love again and go on off into your life and be happy, then you letting them continue to steal your joy. That's the way I look at it, So that's my thing. I'm like, oh, you never, like I said, shine bright like a diamond. I'm gonna shine bright like a diamond, because I'm like, you are not gonna take the essence of me. I will not allow that to happen. Like I said, I loved you, but I'm letting that go and I'm moving on, because just like I loved you, I can love somebody else. That's the way I'm looking at it. Okay, just because I loved you and it didn't work out, I can move on. I can find love again with somebody else. If I heal, like I said, as long as I heal myself enough and take care of myself the way I need to, I can love again. What's that song by Gloria Gaynor? Oh God. I Will Survive. You need to look that song up. Gloria Gaynor. I Will Survive. It's an old song back in the day. And it's about this lady that broke up with this man, and how she had to put herself back together, and how it was in the beginning when she first broke up with the dude, and how it was at the end when she got herself back together. She put herself back together. Like I said, men can pull something out of this song too, but you need to listen to that song, because I love it, because it's very empowering, because she shows you how you can go from, somebody just, shattering your heart, to you picking yourself back up and saying, fuck that. I'm not going to let you drag me and do me like that. What is that? Okay, let's move on. So with Ace of Wands, let's clarify. Like I said, you always have the capacity to renew yourself. You always have the capacity to start over again, but it's you have to make the choice to do it. You have to decide that you're not going to let the events of life tear you down. Okay. So we've got the grief and the barrier card showing up here. So that's what Spirit is saying. You have every chance, 100% chance of having a spark and having a fresh new start in love again. But some of you are still grieving certain things, and there are certain barriers that are blocking. And I'm telling you, these barriers are the ways in which you need to heal. You need to heal yourself, forgive yourself, and forgive the other people who've done whatever they've done to you. And like I told you, it's not about you trying to give them a pass. It's about you getting these fuckers out of your energy. That's what I'm telling you, okay? Because your person is waiting on you. They're waiting on you. And then we've got the children card here. This is talking about inner childhood wounding. This needs to be looked at, okay? All right. So when it comes to the next card, it's talking about what's not in your power to change. So we got the Hierophant here. This is Taurus energy. Spirit is saying, it says spiritual advisement on this card, but this is talking about a higher level of commitment. So this higher level of commitment is coming. Okay, whether you want it to come or whether you don't want it to come, but it will behoove you to prepare yourself for it. Okay, do what you can to do that. Yeah, you also have, you're also going to have a glow up in your material world when it comes to your money. And then you're going to have a glow up when it comes to your social life with the people in your life. I feel like your soul tribe is coming. Your true family is about to show up. Okay. All right. Let's see with your person, a Hierophant. Okay. When it comes to your person, they are reliving the past. They've had some type of loss. Like I said, this could be the divorce here that, it looks like Spirit is talking about with this, it's over card and the marriage card, but it could also speak of You know, they may have had an actual death in their family. Because like I told you, I had one at the beginning of this year. So, you know, this person is doing what they can to move through the grief and deal with it. So it's like it's interesting because again, it's like you and this person are mirroring each other, because like I said, they've had sadness and loss and are probably going through grief, and you are as well. Okay. All right. It might not be the same type of grief, but you both are going through some type of grief. Okay. All right. So when it comes to what action Spirit is saying is in your highest interest, it's to complete the cycle with the World card. Okay. This is about you closing out old cycles, you know, overcoming personal, open up, oh my God, overcoming personal obstacles and opening up new doors and opportunities for yourself. Okay. This is a challenge. Can you go through this massive, you know, pain that you've gone through and, you know, get up and dust yourself off and move on. Okay. Like I said, and I'm not saying that as in it didn't, you know, this wasn't a devastating thing to happen and that you shouldn't have the time to, you know, to heal yourself. But it's about you getting past these things like these abandonment issues. It's time for these abandonment issues to be, you know, to be taken care of once and for all, so that they don't show up again. This is about you cleaning up any residue of the things that were fallout from what happened to you in your past. Okay. So your person may be coming in as soon as the winter time. Okay. And this could be your soul tribe coming in as well. So this is not something you want to go into a new connection with. Okay. Because like I told you, don't think that this new person won't show up crazy, like not to the extent of this twin, but don't think that they, you know, Spirit won't use them to get you to heal the things you need to heal. Because look, this is about balance and about blessings coming your way. So like I said, if you want the relationship, that's what's being recommended for you to take a look at what you need to take a look at. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let's get some messages from Spirit. See what else they want to tell you. So it says negligence. It says negligent acts stem from past abandonment. So look, what did we just pull up? Okay. So neglect stemming from abandonment. Okay. Then we've got runaway. It says someone is trying to escape reality and avoid responsibility. Okay. We have revelation. The universe will reveal the unknown. We have divine intervention. The universe will intervene to ensure it follows the divine path. And betrayal. There has been a violation of trust in the past that can't be forgotten. And nobody's telling you to forget it. We just telling you to heal it so you can move forward. Okay? All right. So let's get some messages from your person. The new person. Nothing from the old person. Okay, we've got thank you for being so patient with me. Then we have so many things remind me of you. It's crazy. I can feel all the love you are sending me and it's electrifying. Okay. I like sleeping next to you. Okay. So when the two of you start to sleep with each other, then I'm sure that's what that's about. There's only you in my mind and in my heart. Okay. So like this person has a lot of options. They can be with anybody they want to be with, but they're in love with you. Okay. All right. Let me get one of these because I like these cards a lot. Okay, so we have protected. See, look at the hands. See, look at the hands. Even the hand Spirit is telling you that your person is not necessarily going to be from the same race as you. Okay, because look, one hand is one color, one hand is the other. It says protected. I will always protect you, my love, even when we are together or not at this time. My higher self is always with you. I will always protect you and the love we share. I will keep boundaries around my heart that only you can cross. Okay. Then we have this other card. It says, our love is real. It's safe for you to love me, trust in us, and in the guidance of the higher realm. Have faith that it's safe to love me as much as I love you. Our union is protected by angels, and we are destined to be together. Our love is true, divine, and unconditional. All right? Okay. So this person is saying that you are their everything. Reuniting with you is their number one goal. Remember, reuniting because they're a past life connection. They dream of you all the time. Okay, and now let's get some Black Hollywood Romance Stars Oracle cards before you go. Okay, so it says, watch out. It says, this is a warning message. Be aware of gossip, envy, and jealousy. Someone or something is trying to stand in the way of this connection. We already know who that is, okay? Then it says, laughter. The laughter shared between soulmates warms the spirit in a way no coat could ever, all right? What's on the bottom of the deck? Look, you got these sticking out. It says communication and falling in love. It says a conversation is on the horizon. Someone is planning to reach out. Be ready to express yourself. I'm laughing because this could be your old ex trying to come back in, but it could be the new person as well. But the reason why the fact that I started laughing, I feel like for a lot of you is this other person. Then we've got falling in love. The feeling of falling in love is one of a kind. Know that it's safe for you to be in love. Okay, so this new person is safe for you to fall in love with. But like I said, take your time. Don't go rushing in. Okay. All right, Virgo, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Virgo. Hi, Virgo. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to continue on with the new love readings by talking about two different perspectives on the relationship. So we're going to take a look at how you see things in the relationship and how your soulmate sees things in a relationship. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here we go. Okay. I usually deal out all the cards, but this time we just gonna go right on into the reading, and then I'll deal out the card at every question. Okay. All right. So the overall energy for this week's reading, Virgo, is the Justice card. This is Libra energy. It is talking about balance, about you getting what you deserve when it comes to relationships, because, and your person as well, because like, as I always tell you, you've both been through it. You've been through a lot of hard times when it comes to, trying to fight for love. Okay. Underneath this is the Chariot card. This is Cancerian energy. This is about you overcoming the obstacles, you and your person doing this and coming together and being successful in this relationship. It is about you, balancing out the dark and the light sides of your personality and just overcoming whatever is standing in your way or what has been in the past standing in your way in order for you to have success. Okay. Underneath this is the Six of Swords. So both you and your person are moving forward. I feel like you're moving forward together. All right. You are moving out of the rough period of your life into a calmer or more peaceful period of your life with this Six of Swords. And this can also represent you healing as well. I feel like that is the impetus. That is what is making this move forward, making it happen, is the fact that you're healing. Okay. Underneath this is the Ace of Wands. You're going to have a fresh, new, passionate start in love, because this is normally the passion stick. Like I said, you and your person are not going to be able to keep your hands off of each other. People are going to be telling y'all to get a room. It's going to be that type of love. Okay. And I am talking about the soulmate. Some of y'all are the newer people are mixing up the soulmate and the twin. I'm talking about the soulmate, the person that comes in and treats you right. This person is not in a relationship with anybody else but you. They don't see anybody else but you. Okay. If you are dealing with somebody that's dealing with another person, it's not your soulmate. Okay. And then look at how this person treats you. If they're not treating you properly, it is the twin, and it is not your soulmate. The soulmate is coming in, doing everything right. Okay. And this is after you have stepped away from the chaos and the BS with the twin. All right. Okay. So underneath this is the Six of Pentacles. This is about equal love, equal give and take, which I feel like I said, both of you are coming together to give this to each other. You are being each other's gift, each other's blessing. Okay. All right. And then, as you know, there's going to be a choice that needs to be made with the Two of Swords. That twin is going to come back, and you're going to have to compare them with the new person and decide who you want to be with. A lot of you have already made your choice. You already know who you want to be with, but you still have to demonstrate or illustrate to spirit that you have learned your lesson. Okay. All right. So we are going to start by clarifying the Justice card. Justice, please. Okay. So while you are in separation with your person, spirit is telling you to, work on keeping your vibration as high as possible. One of the ways you do this is by healing. It is by the stories that you tell yourself. It's about you imagining what it's going to be like with you and this person coming together, because that's what your person does. I told y'all that several times in the twin flame readings. If you haven't watched the twin flame readings, they come out every Sunday, and there are a lot of them out there that talk about, you coming together with the soulmate. So spirit is saying, do everything you can to stay in as high of a vibration as you can. I'm not telling you to get yourself up, so high, because you don't need to do that either. Stay in the middle, but don't, when things happen to bring you down, go ahead and have your feeling, but then let it go and move forward. Like, bring yourself back up to the, like I said, the middle ground, because you don't want to be hyper happy and you don't want to be, uber sad either. You want to stay in the middle, because a lot of times if you go to one extreme or the other, the next day something will happen in the opposite direction to level you out. Okay. All right, let's clarify. Let's get some messages from some clarification cards for your person is what I wanted to say. Okay, so this new person, this soulmate, is drawn to you. Okay, and they are working on fixing what is broken within their lives. Okay, whatever has happened to put them in this, in the situations that they were in, whatever within themselves that was, messed up and needs to be fixed. That's what they're doing. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the first cards we're going to look at, this is talking about how you both represent yourselves. So you are showing up, Virgo, as the King of Cups. This is a beautiful card to see. It is Cancer energy when it shows up for me, but it could also represent other water signs like Scorpio and Pisces. But when it shows up in this reading for me, spirit is saying that we're talking about the sign of Cancer. So with the King of Cups, this is talking about balance, you balancing out the logic and the emotional side of your, of your personality, and realizing that there's a time and place for both. Okay. Because I feel like, when you were with the twin, they tried to stay away from the emotion and focus on the logic. But this is about you knowing how to balance out both, because that's how you keep a balanced life. Okay. All right. Then we've got your person, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm moving ahead. I'm going a little too fast. Let me clarify the King of Cups. Sorry. Whew. Okay, so you and this person are together already in the fifth dimension, okay, in the 5D. That's why you hear the songs you hear. That's why you get the messages you get. That's why you're feeling the things you feel, because the two of you are aligning and coming together so that you can come together in a 3D, okay? So we have the shadow work card showing up here. So spirit is telling me that a lot of you still have shadow work that you need to do on yourself. Like I told you, the healing, looking back at the things in the past, okay? We're going to keep talking about this because it needs to be done. And it's not, it's also for the new people that are coming in as well, so that they know what they need to do if they want to move forward with this soulmate and leave the twin behind. Okay. All right. Okay. So when it comes to your person and how they, they represent themselves in this connection, we've got the Knight of Cups. So this is a water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I love this, that the both of you are coming out as water, as cups, as waters, because it's telling me that you're coming forward with your emotions. So this person is going to come forward with their heart on their sleeve. They're going to lay it all out on the table, right? Let you know exactly how they feel. okay? And they're going to want the same thing in return. And I feel like you're going to give it to them because you are showing up as the King of Cups, okay? So they're coming forward with their love offer, and I feel like you're going to return that love offer with the King of Cups, okay? All right, let's clarify. Yeah. Yeah, see, this person is coming in. They're going to be all about the intimacy. And I'm not just talking about the sex. I'm talking about in the beginning about opening themselves up and letting you see who they are. Being vulnerable is what I mean, okay? The other intimacy is going to come too. But Spirit is speaking figuratively, okay? So we also have receiving a message. So this person, for a lot of you, they're getting ready to come in with this receiving a message card, okay? I hear a message in a bottle, by the Police. If you listen to Police Sting, who was the lead singer of the Police, that's what I'm talking about, that song. It's an older song, but that's what I hear in my head. Okay, so let's take a look at the next part of the read. This is going to talk about how you see each other. So how does Virgo see the soulmate? And how does the soulmate see Virgo? All right. Okay, here we go. So when it comes to you, Virgo, and how you see your soulmate, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords, right here, Knight of Swords is an air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So you see this person coming in out of nowhere, sweeping you off your feet. Not sleeping you off your feet, but everything that gets said in the reading, it means something to somebody. So this could be talking about, like I told you, how the two of you are not going to be able to keep your hands off each other. Could be talking about that. But this person is coming forward with this pentacle, okay, with the Ace of Pentacles, wanting to give you something grounded, stable, something that has the potential to last a lifetime if that's what you're wanting, okay? And I just said laugh a lifetime. So there's going to be a lot of laughter in this connection, okay? Okay, so some of you are maybe going through the dark night of the soul. If you're not going through the dark night of the soul yet, you may have already done it, or it may be imminent when this is showing up, okay? And then we've got the regret card. So when you go through this dark night of the soul, what it is, it's like a spiritual depression for those of you who don't know what it is, okay? And when I say, sometimes I abbreviate it and I say D-knots. So when I say D-knots, that's what I'm talking about, the dark night of the soul. It's like you don't care about anything. You don't want to do anything. It's like everything is just like blah. It's like it has similar symptoms as a regular depression, but this is a spiritual depression, okay? And it manifests very similarly to a regular depression, okay? But you have, like I said, this is talking about somebody being, having a lot of regret about things that have happened. And I feel like Spirit is saying, don't be like that. What happened the way it was supposed to happen. And, you came out on the other side even better for it. And when you come out of this dark night of the soul, you're going to be even better for it, is what Spirit is saying, okay? So for those of you that are going through the dark night of the soul, my heart goes out to you because I understand. I've been through it. I've been through two of them. So I know it ain't no joke, okay? All right, so when it comes to your person and how they see you as the Empress, okay? So this is Taurus, Libra energy. They see you as standing in your power, knowing your worth. You have parenthood energy, because I'm make it fit, guys. I'm talking about male or female, because there's no gender in tarot. So they feel like you would make a good parent. They want to have a family with you, if that's what you both agree to. And they feel like you would be a very good candidate to raise, to raise children with, okay? It's also talking about, and I hate to make it sound clinical like that. I'm just explaining to you what this card, what it is, what it's saying. Okay, I don't know why I keep tripping over myself. Either it's got to be this person could be in this energy. Like I told you, they feel intimidated, okay, by you, because I think, for a lot of them, they put you on the pedestal because they have a lot of feelings for you. And so that could be why I'm tripping over what I'm saying like this, because I've been doing it the whole read so far. So with the Empress card, it is also talking about, the fact that you may need to get more in touch with your softer side as well, because of the things, you've been through. You've been through a lot of stuff, and it's normal to want to shut down. But in this relationship, if you want this to work, you have to come in and be open, okay? As open as you possibly can. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, so your person wants both of you to be, completely open with each other, no secrets, okay? And they want to go slowly. They want for, the both of you to navigate this connection carefully, okay? Because they're not wanting to, they're not wanting things to, they're wanting things to go right and for nothing, to go wrong. Even though, you can't really stop that from happening, but I feel like they're talking about, just like what I tell y'all, that you need to tell this person up front what it is you're looking for in a relationship. Okay. How you're expecting this person to act. I think I told y'all about this last week. I gave you an example of one of mine. So like one of my things is, if you're going to be here, be here. I don't want somebody that's going to talk to me every day for fucking 10 days and then they disappear for damn 2 months or something like that. That's a deal breaker for me. If you do some shit like that, I don't want to be with somebody like that. Cause that is like abandonment 101 or rejection 101. And I'm not saying that, I still have abandonment issues because I've dealt with my stuff. Cause you see, I can talk about it and it doesn't upset me. But there's certain things that for me are red flags, and I won't be in a relationship with somebody where they're like never there. Like for instance, I know somebody that was married to someone, and this person, like, one of the people was a workaholic and the other person worked too, but they didn't work like the first person, right? So it ended up being a situation where I used to call this person like a work widow. I always used, that was the term that I always used, because it was like they saw their person, but not as much as I'm sure they would have liked to, because the other person was always working. And I get it. You got to work, you got to make money and stuff like that. But you can't allow stuff to overtake your relationship, because at the end of the day, nobody on their deathbed says, oh, I wish I had worked even more than what I'd worked. At the end of the day, it's about your relationships. I don't care if you're a male or a female. Okay. It's about the quality of those relationships. And because that if you are having issues with somebody in your life, especially if it's somebody very important in your life, it affects all your shit. It puts you in a bad mood. It trickles over into all the other areas of your life. So that's why it's just important. It's important. So you need to let this person know how you need to be in a relationship, how you need them to be in a relationship so you can be comfortable, and vice versa. They need to let you know as well. And then that way, that's going to help you to not step on landmines at the beginning of the connection when the two of you are just getting to know each other. Okay. All right, here we go. Next question is, how do you both feel about the relationship? So how does Virgo feel about this relationship? And how does their soulmate feel about this relationship? Ooh. Okay, I'm going to take these. Okay. All right. So when it comes to you and how you feel about this relationship, is it supposed to be like this, Spirit? Okay, so we've got the Queen of Swords. It came out reversed. Air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And then the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like with this relationship, you're going to learn how to hold on to people in a connection, people in a relationship, your person in a relationship in a healthy manner. And I also feel like with the Queen of Swords, you're going to stop suppressing your emotions, because I feel like in past relationships, you've not been able to be yourself, Virgo, like truly be yourself, because I feel like all of us to a certain extent in the past have worn a mask, because sometime, somewhere in the past, somebody told you that you being who the hell you are is not okay. But I feel like now, after you've gone through all the things you've gone through, and the fact that you are doing the healing, that is going to put you in a different space, a different headspace, where you just like, fuck this. I'm not gonna play games anymore. Either this person can accept me for who I am, or they can get the fuck on, because that's the way I feel. I'm not doing it. It is so exhausting to try to be somebody other than who the fuck you are. And I tell y'all all the time, that's what this is about. This is about you being able to relax in a relationship where you can be your authentic self and your person can be their authentic self. Okay? All right, let's clarify. Yeah. See? It's about your self-worth, okay? Knowing that you are lovable, you are loving, you are loved, you are worthy of having the type of relationship you want. Because I feel like a lot of people have, tried to tell us throughout our lives that, we weren't worthy, or by their actions that the things that they've, shown us that, by them not being able to meet our needs, they want to try to say you too much. No, because the right person is going to meet you halfway. The right person is going to give what you give. The right person is going to do what it is you're wanting them to do in a relationship to make you feel loved. Okay. So we also have the inner child card here. This is talking about inner childhood wounding. Okay. And Spirit is telling you this is something that needs to be looked at. Your self-worth. Make sure your self-worth is on point and that you heal any inner child issues you got, so that, you're not bringing this shit up in the relationship. So when it comes to your person and how your person feels about the relationship, we have the Lovers, which is Gemini energy, Ace of Swords, okay? And then we have the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy. So I feel like what Spirit is saying is that this person is going to feel like they vibe with you on every level, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, okay? And that this is going to be a relationship that's like out of this world, unlike anything the two of you have ever experienced. Like I said, your fairy tale relationship, the relationship you've always wanted, okay? Then we have the Ace of Swords showing up here. It's going to be a lot of communication, a lot of truth telling. You're going to always know where you stand with this person and vice versa. And then with the Temperance card, this connection is going to be balanced and it's going to be very healing, because Temperance is about balance and healing as well, okay? All right, let's clarify. Yeah. See, so Spirit is saying there are blessings for both of you. You're going to be each other's blessing, basically, okay? Then we have the reliving the past card. This is, again, about your person digging through their past, because they are, removing any obstacles, because they're ready to have you come their way, because you are their blessing, okay? All right, so the next card we're going to take a look at represent what you both want from the relationship. So what does Virgo want from the relationship? Okay. What does their person want from the relationship? Okay. Okay. So when it comes to you, we have you showing up as the Five of Swords. So you tired of the fucking mind games. You're tired of the, being left on red, the people not calling you back, you being ghosted, you being left out in the cold, all these things. You're tired of all that crap, and you're ready for that to, to put an end to that for good and to never have to experience it again. Okay, let's clarify. Five of Swords. Okay, yeah. See, putting an end to cycles, putting it into these cycles, and then you're wanting the same thing your person wants: clear and concise communication between the two of you. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your person and what they're wanting, okay, from the relationship is the Eight of Cups. They're wanting both of you to walk away from the bullshit, to walk away from those past experiences, and to head towards the Nine of Cups, because you are each other's Nine of Cups. You're each other's wish fulfillment. And when the two of you come together, you're going to move towards the Ten of Cups, which is the, the happy family, the love, all of those things. Okay. Let's clarify. So we have the Vacation card, and we also have changes coming. So Spirit is letting you know, okay, your person could currently be on vacation. They could be taking a break from, all of the things that they've got going on. Okay. They could be, at some type of retreat. I don't know why I'm getting that, but that's what I'm getting. And then, the change is coming, and it's been a long time coming, because look at all these damn moons. Look at all the different ways the moon is showing up. Okay. So it's been a long time for this to come your way. So I know you are both champing at the bit, and you're ready to be together. Okay. All right. So the next question we're going to look at, 1, 2, 3, 4, is how you both see a possible future together. How does Virgo see a possible future with their person? Okay. How does Virgo soulmate see a possible future? Okay. Okay. So King of Pentacles is showing up for you. Earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart towards Virgo Capricorn. This is about you, what we just talked about with the Ace of Pentacles at the beginning. Long-term, stable, committed, relationship. This person being your life partner and you being theirs. A lot of you, you want this to be the last person you with, okay? And then see, you got family coming and your soul tribe, because that's what I'm telling a lot of y'all, all of y'all, that it's not just this relationship. I feel like this person is going to come in, but it's going, and when they come in, it's going to be a whole bunch of other shit that comes in at the same time. Like I said, the two of you are going to get money together. You may start a business with each other. I feel like just the two of you being together is just going to spark a whole bunch of stuff happening in your lives. I feel like I said, you're each other's blessing. You're each other's lucky charm. Because look at the clovers on here, the 4-leaf clovers on here. Okay. You are each other's lucky charm. So with the family and the tribe card, like I said, these are going to be, other friends, other chosen family that's going to come into your life that understands you just like this new person does, this soulmate does. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your person and how they see a possible future in the relationship, they got the Two of Pentacles showing up here. Okay. The Two of Pentacles can talk about juggling. I feel like, this is spirit telling you that this person is ready to stop juggling. I told you the Seven of Cups can come up for them having options, but they've already made their choice. They already know who they want to be with. And it's you. They don't see anybody but you. They're not messing around with nobody but you. That's why when people come to me in the comments and they like, well, what if my person is messing with somebody else? Then I'm like, you got to be messing with a twin or with somebody else, because it's not the soulmate. Because the soulmate is not about that life. They not about that shit, playing around with people and all that. All of that's gone. We moving past that. We grown folks now. We having grown folks relationships. We not messing around with that BS no more. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Okay. So your person is asking for guidance from spirit to get, to move through this connection, just like you are. They, they're empathic and they're in touch with their spiritual team. And then spirit is saying that the universe has a plan on how this is going to come together. And like, that's why spirit is telling you to leave it, let it go, stop trying to force it, stop trying to make it happen. It's going to happen when it's time for it to happen. Because some of you are going through the dark night of the soul. Others of you have shadow work you have to do. You have to heal your inner child. You gotta prepare yourself, work on your self-worth so you're ready to open up to this person and communicate with them in a proper manner. Because this is about, if you want to call them, call them. If you want to tell them how you feel, you tell them how you feel. This is not the time to be holding back. This is about you coming forward and being honest, but taking your time, baby steps. We're not talking about coming in and, yeah, this and that, and why, and screaming in front of the rooftop. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Okay. It ain't that type of party. Taking your time and moving towards this person, showing them that you have just as much intention of wanting to be with them and be open with them as they are, having with you. Okay. All right. So now we are going to get some messages from spirit, see what they want to tell you. What else they want to tell you about the reading. Ooh, cards just flying across the room. Hold on 1 second. I got to get it. Okay, so we got the Hermit card showing up here, Virgo energy, and we also have the Two of Cups. So spirit is telling you, use this Hermit energy, okay, to work on all these things I just called out for you. You can rewind if you don't remember what I just said. But it's, it's taking this time. This separation is a gift. It is not a punishment, okay? This is spirit giving you the best gift they can give you before they bring in this person, to give you a chance to take a breath, to exhale, to look at the things you need to look at, and to, what's the word I want to use? Exercise, like an exorcism, like exercise all of the residue of the twin. Just let they asses completely go, to be fully and completely open, have a blank slate, and start all over with this new person, okay? Then we have the Two of Cups. It's saying falling in love or the resurgence of a romantic relationship, forgiveness and the ending of challenges, exchanging gifts. Don't give up on people you love. So that's what Spirit is saying. Give this person a chance. See what it's about before you take it to a negative place. See what it's about first, okay? Because we know you've been through it. I get it. But sometimes you got to go, what they say, you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you meet your prince or your princess or your king, or I'm saying your emperor or your empress. That's what I'm saying. You got to kiss a lot of frogs before you can get there sometimes, because there are lessons that need to be learned. And you can't go into a relationship like this and not value yourself, not, understand your self-worth. You can't do that. You got to be able to stand toe to toe with this person. That's why this is so important. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's get some messages from your person. Let's get to the good stuff. Like I said, we ain't taking nothing from that other person. Okay. We've got, whenever I see flowers, I think of you. Then we have, I want you to be happy, even if that means being without me. See, this is the difference between the old person and this new person. This new person is all about you. That's how you know. If the other person is all about getting their needs met, then you know who you're dealing with, okay? It says, I don't trust easily, but with you, I feel so safe and accepted. And that's what I feel like is going to happen. That you may go in with some trepidation. You may go in not, kind of, because I get it. You gon' second guess. You gonna feel like that in the beginning because you're worried or weary, or however you pronounce it. You're worried of what has happened to you. You've been fucking traumatized, and you got every right to feel the way you feel. But I'm telling you, if you gonna try with anybody, and you gonna open up to anybody to see how it goes, this is the person you need to do this with, because this is your present. That's why there's a card in one of these decks where it's a wrapped gift, and it's like somebody handing it to you. That's what Spirit is saying. This person is your reward for doing the things that they're asking you to do, for learning the lessons you were being asked to learn. Okay, for learning how to just love yourself and put yourself first. Okay, so we've got no one understands me like you do. Okay, I crave you. When I can hold you again, I will never let you go. I miss you more and more every day. And then I'm trying to become the best version of myself for you. Okay? All right. Okay, one more deck, and then we'll get the oracle cards. Okay. It says we have illusion. It says I may be quiet right now, but you are always on my mind. Remember that separation is an illusion. We are always together. We are drawn together by faith. Trust your intuition. I'm working hard behind the scenes to heal and reach out to you soon. Stay strong for me. I'm coming back home. Okay. Then we have soon. Okay. It says we will be together in the near future. Our reunion is imminent, and I'm doing all I can to be ready for you. I'm working hard on myself to be a better provider for you. I hear you call for me and I'm coming back to you. This is my promise to you that soon we will reunite again. And like I said, for the newbies, I'm telling you, this is somebody you had a past life relationship with you in another lifetime, not this lifetime. That's why they're talking about reunion and reuniting. That's why you'll hear us say reconciliation. It is not somebody, not somebody from your past that you've had a relationship with, not a romantic one. Okay. All right. So let's get these romance angel oracle cards before I let you go, Virgo. Okay, so we have release your ex. Spirit is saying the time has come to clear your energy. If you want this new person, you got to let go of this dude here, or dude or dudette, male or female, whoever. You got to let go of them. Okay. Then we have true love. It says this is the romance of a lifetime. That's why I'm telling y'all, see what it's about first before you start saying you don't want, you don't this, you don't that. Because I'm telling you, if somebody, that's like being at the damn Price is Right, and they come out and tell you you won the damn jackpot, and you turn around and walk away. You be like, no, I'm going home. I don't want it. So I'm like, what kind of crap is that? You got to think about what you're turning down, because this is a situation where if you turn your back on this new person, there's no guarantee there's going to be somebody else in the future where you're going to have this type of love, okay? This is like the type of love that you were supposed to have with the twin. You're not going to be able to, so it's like they replacing the twin with another person who's going to give you this type of love. And so if you turn your back on this person, Virgo, I can't sit here and tell you it's going to be somebody else that's going to come in that you're going to be able to have that with. So that's why I'm telling you, it will behoove you to get over this shit you got to get over with. You got to get over so you can move forward with this person. Okay. Like I said, I understand healing is not a straight line, but spirit is giving you this separation time in order for you to do what you need to do to fix your vibration, to fix your situation. Okay. All right, Virgo, I hope this helped. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Virgo. Hi, Virgo. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to delve further into the relationship between you and this new love, this soulmate, by doing another spread, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here we go, Virgo. Overall energy for this week's reading is the Three of Pentacles. So this is talking about you and this person coming together and building the type of relationship you want to build, okay? This is talking about teamwork, compromise, all of those things that you need in order to build what you want, okay? With the Magician card, this is talking about manifestation. So I feel like you are manifesting the soulmate. The soulmate is manifesting you. There will be a choice that has to be made with this Two of Swords. It is also talking about, past situations where I feel like both you and your person in relationships with other people, you did not, you may have ignored the red flags. This can talk about having your head stuck in the sand. It can just be refusing to see the truth about something, okay? And then underneath this is the Knight of Wands, which is a fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is talking about, coming forward and taking a risk, which I feel like, both of you are gonna need to do in order to get this relationship up off the ground. All right. Both of you, I feel like at one time or another, feel like you had a missed opportunity with this last connection that you were in. But with the Justice card, Spirit is telling you, this is Libra energy, that your karmic justice is coming. So your justice and your person's justice, okay? So we're going to start by clarifying this Three of Pentacles. Okay, so when it comes to you, we had two cards that fell. We have the lessons card and the guide card. So Spirit is telling you that you're being guided through these lessons by Spirit, okay, and by following your intuition. All right, we also have family echoes showing up here, and it says old family patterns may be playing out in your love life. Until those echoes are healed, they'll keep repeating through new faces. So this is what Spirit is telling you. You need to look at what these patterns are and take care of them, because this new relationship, okay, because we got your person showing up as meeting somebody new, which is you, and you meeting them. This is about you not repeating the same mistakes that you made in the past, Virgo, okay? So in order to do that, you got to take a look at what happened and, clean it up, okay? All right, so the first card we're going to look at here represents your love for your person. So we've got the Four of Wands showing up here. So this is talking about, marriage, stability, security, all of the things that the number 4 brings. It's like you're stepping into a portal, a new timeline, and, you're stepping into a period of stability when it comes to, all the areas of your life, not just your love life. Let's clarify. Okay, so Spirit is just, telling you that this separation that you're currently going through. You know, for some of you, this person may come in the summertime. For others of you, this can talk about you and this person becoming committed in the summertime. Okay, let me get another card. Cards are just falling everywhere. So we've got holding you back. It says you're dimming your light to keep the peace. Love should never require self-abandonment. So in the past, you have, allowed people to dim your light because you were afraid that they were going to, leave you or mistreat you or not give you back what you've been giving them in return. And Spirit is telling you it's time to stop that. That's why I tell y'all, when you come in with this new person, you need to, stake your claim. You need to set your boundaries and let them know what you're expecting out of a partner, and let them tell you the same thing. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your person, the card that represents your, their love for you is the Five of Cups. It's talking about heartbreak, breakup, separation. It can talk about crying over spilled milk. Let me clarify this. I want to see why Spirit is showing this Five of Cups here. Okay. Why it's showing up. Five of Cups. Okay. So I just feel like this is talking about the past, how they, what their efforts got them in the past, okay, which is heartbreak, breakup, separation, crying over spilled milk, okay? So because of that, they've been withdrawn, okay? Single, lonely, solitary. But I feel like, with you, this person is learning to disconnect and relax and seize the opportunity when it comes to you. Because like I said, I feel like this person had given up on love after this last connection until they saw you, all right? Okay, so the next card we're going to take a look at represents, or the next placement we're going to look at represents, how does your past affect your, affect what's going to happen between you and this person, you and your soulmate. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords showing up here, an air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. We also have the Queen of Swords, again, the same signs, okay? Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and the Ten of Cups. So Spirit is saying that you have to stop suppressing the feelings from what happened to you in the past. I know that's the normal thing to do, okay? I am in no way saying that you're wrong for suppressing your feelings, okay? Because when somebody hurt my feelings, that's the first thing I want to do. I feel like that's human nature, okay? But what Spirit is trying to tell you with this Queen of Swords is that you've been through a lot. You've had a lot of knocks and bruises and things, not work out when it comes to your love life. But you can't allow that to make you continue to sit in this type of energy, because the Queen of Swords, it's kind of like a reactionary energy, kind of like you waiting for somebody to step wrong so you can chop their head off. Okay. And Spirit is telling you that, this needs to end, because you have somebody that's coming into your life with this Knight of Swords here, who is going to come in out of nowhere. They're going to sweep you off your feet, and you're headed towards the Ten of Cups with this person. But this is going to hinder you. This is going to be like a barrier. You continuing to sit in this energy and not opening up to this person. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Yeah. See, you got a love offer coming. Spirit is telling you this person is about to show up quicker than you think. That's why I told you, for some of you, this summer card, this is probably when the two of you get into a committed relationship, but you're coming together way before that, is what Spirit is trying to tell you. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let's move on to, let me get one more card, and then we'll move on to the next thing. So we've got bluff. It says pretending, mask, exaggeration. I feel like this is what you've experienced in the past. People pretending, not wanting to tell you how they feel. They wear a mask. They're not truly themselves. I feel like you have had to wear masks as well in your life, because, you were afraid. I feel like because of some things that have happened to you in the past, to show who you truly are, because everybody wants to be accepted. Everybody wants to be loved. But when you step into connections with people who are doing this too, nobody's being themselves. So whatever love there is, if there's any love at all, is not based on reality. It's not based on who you're not basing it on who each other is. It's based on what you're showing each other, which is not the truth. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your person, we're going to take a look at how their past is going to affect the relationship when the two of you come together. Okay. So, okay, this person had, with the Ten of Swords, they had, a lot of issues in the past, just like you did. And this is talking about, and I'm not talking about them, I'm talking about the people that they were entertaining. Because look at this Ten of Swords. It's different. There's a heart here in the middle, and the heart is like, it looks like it's broken, you know? So your person is healing their heart. That, like I said, they've been cheated on, they've been, abandoned, they've been, left out in the cold, all the things you can, left on red, all the things that you've experienced, this person has experienced the same thing as well. And then with the World card, this is about them closing out that cycle. They're overcoming these personal challenges here that are being or being represented by the Ten of Swords, and so that they can open themselves up to you and be open and honest and have clear and concise communication with this Ace of Swords. This is about, the both of you starting over. So this person is using what they've experienced to their advantage, is basically what Spirit is saying. Okay. Using it to put them in a proper place to come in and open up to you the right way. So we've got past life here, as Spirit talking about you and this person have a past life connection. And then, it says deja vu, which means already seen. In English, I speak French, so that's how I know what it is. And it's talking about repeated patterns and karmic lessons. So this is also about the both of you repeating things over and over and over again. And this is about, the two of you now coming to a place where you can put those things to bed for good. Okay. Okay. Yeah. See, they've been rejected. They've been through a lot of stuff with these past connections that they've been in, just like you. All the things, rejection, abandonment, all of those things. Okay. Next question is how your love is going to be when you first come together, or how it's going to be, how it is right now. Because some of you are already in your connection with your person, and I feel like you come here for updates on where the connection is heading, is what I'm assuming. So we got the Nine of Wands here, and we have the Knight of Pentacles, earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart, towards Virgo, Capricorn. So this is talking about, in the beginning, the two of you there's going to be trepidation. You're going to be, what is the word? You're going to be slow to come together because, and this is good, slow to come together because you're both sitting in that wounded warrior energy. Okay. But I feel like as you come together, you relax, you both start to help each other heal the residue of what's gone on, the residue, not what actually, not the whole thing that happened, because you are responsible, Virgo, for your healing. Okay. Not this person. Okay. Because there's actually a card in one of these decks that I'm using where it says, I can't fix you. I can't fix, everything that's going on with you. And it's the same thing for this other person. You can't do that for them either. It's about both of you, being interdependent on each other and not codependent. Okay. So Spirit is just basically saying that in the beginning, things are going to move slowly because you're both still in this wounded warrior energy. But as you progress through the connection with each other, you're going to, slowly come together, start to trust each other, relax, and then things are going to take off. Okay. That's why it's saying, like, for some of you, summertime is when the two of you are actually going to commit to each other, because it's about you slowly building this connection together. All right. Let's clarify. So see, some of you, it's winter. It's winter when you're going to come together, which is it's winter starts next month for those of you that live in the States. So yeah, Spirit, see, soulmate card is showing up. Yeah, the divine masculine. All right. The yang to your yin. And then we've got cloudy judgment, illusions, unbalanced, distorted. Okay. You're going to be like this while you're healing. But as you heal, you'll come out of this clouded judgment energy. And then we've got physical passion showing up. Okay. It says this connection is charged with desire. Just make sure hearts aren't getting lost in the heat. Okay. So it's like I said, you're going to have a lot of passion, you and this person, but there's love there as well. It's not just about sex. Okay. Not just about lust. Okay. So the next placement we're going to take a look at represents how your this love relationship is going to show up in the future. Okay. So we have the Knight of Cups showing up here. This is a water sign. It's someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Then we have the King of Cups, which again is a water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is Cancer when this card shows up. And then we have the Devil, which is Capricorn energy. So I feel like what Spirit is saying is that there's going to be a lot of passion between the two of you. And with this Knight of Cups and the King of Cups, the two of you this connection is going to help the both of you balance each other out. And it's also talking about the both of you coming together with your heart on your sleeve and being open and honest about how you feel. And I feel like that's what's going to push the connection along. This together, along with the Devil card, this passion is what's going to push this connection further. Let's clarify. Okay, yeah, tower moment. This what happens between the two of you in the future is going to cause a tower moment. And Spirit is saying, like I said, for some of you that the two of you are going to come together in the wintertime, or for those of you that are already together, you could be coming into a commitment in the wintertime. So we've got the mixed signals card showing up. It says, are they into you? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, sometimes they don't even know. I feel like, this is just Spirit rehashing the things that you've dealt with in the past, okay? And that these mixed signals that you've experienced in the past, I feel like they may dictate how slow this connection moves, because you may be afraid that this person is going to do the same thing that the other people did to you. But like I said, it's about you learning how to trust this person and this person learning how to trust you. That's why I keep telling y'all, just move slow, move at a snail's pace. Then that way, that's going to cut down on a lot of the, things going haywire, or you stepping on each other's toes. Okay. Then we've got lusting. Y'all going to be lusting after each other, want to rip each other's clothes off. It says forbidden sexual energy. So I feel like, it's just going to be a lot of passion between the two of you. I feel like it's going to grow and escalate the more you get to know each other. Okay. It's going to be like a slow burn is what I hear in my head. Okay. And then we've got hiding the truth. So right now, your person is hiding how they feel about you. But the reason why is because they're waiting for the time is right for Spirit to give them the green light to let them go ahead and, and let you know. That could be why this mixed signals card is coming up. Okay, because you could have people around you who are doing this, because it could be your person is wanting to say something and then they second guess themselves because they're like, okay, I don't know, if now is the right time. I'm waiting on Spirit, should I want to say something, but that's what I feel like. I feel like this card is talking about too, that this person is going round and round and round. Cause like I said, there are feelings. Y'all are lusting after each other. There's love there as well. It's not just a sexual connection. Okay. All right. So the last placement we're going to look at represents the second to last placement represents the outside challenges that you're going to need to overcome. Okay. So let's pull the cards. See what Spirit wants to tell you. Okay, so we got two cards that fell here. We have the Sun and we've got the Empress. And I feel like this is Spirit saying, this is Empress is Taurus Libra energy. The Sun is Leo energy. And Spirit is talking about, both of you standing in your power and knowing your worth, getting more in touch with your softer side. so that you can be happy together with the sun, because the sun is talking again about the soulmate card, about the two of you coming together in this connection. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Okay. So we've got the solitude card falling for you. This is like the hermit. Okay. The hermit energy. And then we also have trapped. It says stuck, tied down, captive. Okay. This trapped card, you know who this is, right? So we just gonna put it to the side. Somebody we not even gonna talk about. Okay, so Spirit is telling you and your person that you need to have patience, but I feel like your person is a very patient person. So they're, biding their time and waiting, even though at times they do want to come forward and let you know how they feel, but they know they have to wait until the time is right. So it's like you're waiting to meet them and they're holding themselves back. They want to come forward just as much as you want them to come forward. But like I told you, everything has to be right. Okay. All right. So the last placement we're going to look at represents how you can strengthen your weaknesses as a couple. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So we have Three of Wands in the Tower. We also have the Parish card, which is Scorpio energy, and we got the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so what I feel like a Spirit is saying is, Spirit is talking about with the Four of Pentacles and the Parish card about you going through this transformation. This is about you realizing, like, you don't have to hold on to this connection like you probably have had to, or hold yourself back emotionally from this person. Okay. Like you may want to, because of the things you've gone through in the past. Okay. We just talked about with the Empress card, like you opening yourself up emotionally, getting more in touch with your softer side. So Spirit is saying, as you transform and you continue to work on yourself, this will lessen your desire to want to hold yourself back. Because like I told you, this person's going to make you feel comfortable. Okay. And when you feel comfortable like that, I feel like you're going to relax and you're going to start to open up, to this person. But like I said, move slowly. You don't have to go fast. Go at a pace that is comfortable for you. But you can't just sit there and not open up at all and expect anything to move forward, is what Spirit is telling you. Okay. So you're waiting for your ships to come in, but I feel like, and I feel like when they do, it's going to cause a tower moment that is going to, be beneficial for the both of you. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Yeah. See, Spirit is telling you union is coming. Okay. And it's karma. Okay. This looks like it's a bad card but it says consequences, cause and effect, and debts. So you have debts that, your let me see how I can explain this. There's a debt that you're owed. Let me say it like that, from the universe for all the crap that you've been through. Okay. Because you walked away from this person. You showed Spirit that you put yourself first. And so now this union is coming in to repay you for you doing that. Okay. All right. Like I said, as a reward. Okay. So we've got the sadness and loss card showing up here. I feel like Spirit is telling you that this is going to be an end to the sadness and loss that you've experienced in the past. Okay. And that's part of your reward as well. So we've got sharing space here. It says, whether it's moving in or feeling like home in each other's presence, you're aligning on a domestic level. So you and this person are coming together, and it's going to be a situation where you move in with each other. Okay. At some point. All right. You're going to want to do that because you feel relaxed with each other. The connection is going to move in the direction you're wanting it to move in. I feel like I said, the Sun card is showing up here, which is the strongest card in the deck. Spirit is telling you, you and this person are going to be very happy with each other. And I feel like this is just going to be the next step once you come together in a committed connection. Like I said, but go slowly, go slowly. There's if this is going to be your life partner, why are you rushing? That's the question. Okay. All right. Because like I said, I feel like that has been a problem with everybody. It ain't just Virgo. It's all the signs. It was my issue in the past too. It's like you're so happy to be in a connection with somebody and to, to be with somebody, and you feeling good and you feeling all the feels and all this stuff. And the other person is too. And you just want to go gangbusters. But when you do that, a lot of times things fall apart. You end up having a lot of issues you wouldn't have had if you taken your time. And then you know how you get into stuff. And then somebody gets scared and they're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this because we went so fast, and all of a sudden now I feel scared. We trying to cut out all that shit, okay? Because both of y'all are gonna be nervous because of what you experienced. And so this is about you taking your time to build this. Like I said, start off as friends. That's what Spirit keeps saying. Slow down. That's why I see it. It's a card in this deck, here. And Spirit is I see it. They're showing it to me in my head. It says slow down because there's no rush. Where's the card at? Yeah, go slow. That's what they're saying. Go slow. Take the time to get to know each other. Okay? All right. Okay, so now we're going to get some messages from Spirit and see what else they want to tell you about the reading. Okay, so we have clear mind showing up. It says, sweep away any doubts that you have and know that you are right. All right. And I just feel like Spirit is just telling you, listen to your intuition. If your intuition is telling you it's on point, that's what you need to listen to. Okay. Listen to what you're being guided, and Spirit will let you know as well. Okay. Then we've got open doors. It says you have many options, so take your time to choose what's right. Take your time. That's the operative phrase here. Okay. Then we have duality dance. Seek balance amid the chaos and find harmony within yourself. Right. This is about balancing yourself out. So you're prepared for this. Okay. Let's get some messages from your person. See what they want to tell you. Not what else, but what they want to tell you. Okay. It says, I want to always be your reason. You ask me how you got so lucky, but my love, the lucky one is me. So this person feels like, they're lucky to have you in their life. Then we've got no one is like you. You are so incredibly special to me. Okay. And then I have a confession to make. Like I told you, this person, they champing at the bit. They ready to come and tell you how they feel. Look, see, I'm ready. I don't want to fight this anymore. Okay. So that's what I'm saying with the mask. That's why the mask is coming up. It came up twice because it's like you both are wearing a mask. Because I feel like you're wearing a mask because you don't want to let nobody know how you feel no more because of the way you were treated. And you right, like I said, you right to feel that way. There's nothing wrong with that. But when the right person comes along, that's when you want to take the mask off. Okay. So we've got, no matter how hard I try, my thoughts always sway back to you. I miss you more and more every day. I crave you. And then I can't keep going on without you. All right. And then let's get a few more. Okay. We've got illusion. It says, I may be quiet right now, but you are always on my mind. Remember that separation is an illusion. We are always together. We are drawn together by faith. Trust your intuition. I am working hard behind the scenes to heal and reach out to you soon. Stay strong for me. I'm coming back home. Okay. Then we have, I love you. It says, my love for you is infinite. We are bonded in eternal love that is beyond space and time. Close your eyes and reach into this infinity. Know that it is real. I really want to reach out to you and tell you how I feel. The love I have for you in my heart, nothing can compare with it. Remember always, my love, that I love you. Okay. Then we have passion. It says, you excite me on every level. The heat is rising between us. This is the intensity for this is the intensity of my desire for you. I want you body, mind, and soul. We will be one. It will be unlike anything we have ever experienced before. I have a lot of passion for you. You are such a passionate and magnetic queen or king. I feel drawn to you. Okay. All right, let's get these Lovers Oracle cards before I let you go. Okay, so we got 2 cards that fell. This is the first one. Okay, it says, give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Okay, then we have this card, and it says, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. All right. Okay, Virgo, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Virgo.